Welcome back to Weekly Weird News, where we try to push the limits of what's even news, I guess. It's mostly just gross and sad.
And this very special edition we have this week, you might not want to watch after eating food, maybe.
Hey, you remember Jose Canseco?
Yeah!
Well, the steroid-abusing former professional baseball player, occasional reality star, and wannabe MMA fighter has somehow found his way back into the news by shooting off his finger with a handgun.
A few weeks back, Canseco was cleaning his gun in his Las Vegas home after returning home from the range and not realizing the gun was loaded, accidentally shot through his middle finger, nearly severing the whole thing.
He was taken to the hospital where doctors worked hard to reattach the finger, and it looked like Canseco might get to keep all 10 fingers after all, though doctors did say the injured finger would never be fully functional again, so he couldn't flick people off anymore.
Aww. It looked like things were going okay for Canseco until this past weekend, when he started tweeting some vague tweets about something that happened to the finger.
Quote, "Damn, I was playing in a poker tournament last night and something crazy happened to my finger that I shot off and they put back on.
I knew something crazy was going to happen with this damn finger because it felt like it was falling off.
Okay, well, I might as well tell you. I was playing in a poker tournament last night and my finger fell off. Someone took a video of it.
My finger should have been amputated from the beginning. It was very loose with no bone to connect it. It was also smelling really bad.
Oh my God. And then this disgusting photo.
This is my finger before it fell off. Maybe I will sell it on eBay. After all, that finger hit 462 MLB home runs.
Gross.
Oh, God.
Christ. Canseco is now saying he wants to sell the finger as a package deal along with the chromed out cartel-looking .45 that he shot it off with.
No word if the video of the finger falling off will ever see the light of day, but do you really want to see that?
I don't know, it could be funny, but I've seen terrible things. Seen terrible things on the internet, and that's not something that I really have the stomach for.
Oh shit, bro, my fucking finger fell off.
Oh, whoops.
But Canseco's not the only athlete reacting way too casually to parts of his body falling off. This past weekend in Mexico City, female UFC fighter Leslie Smith's ear exploded during a fight.
Oh.
Yep, that's her fucking ear hanging on by what appears to be a tiny bit of skin.
Okay.
It's pretty fucking nasty. But in true UFC fashion, the fight continued a bit longer until Smith's ear was just getting too much blood everywhere and started actually making fans in attendance gasp. These are people that see dudes break their fibulas all the damn time, so that's pretty impressive that they were disgusted by what they saw. They stuck a paper towel inside of the, God, horrible.
Terrible time for people's appendages. Anyways, when the officials finally called the fight off, Leslie Smith was like, "What the fuck, man, I'm fine," shouting at the judges in Spanish and trying to jump back into the ring, despite her ear hanging off her head like a 6-year-old's baby tooth in its fucking skull. But we're not done talking about severed body parts. Oh, no.
No.
It's almost Christmas, and the guys who created Bumfights, a series of videos featuring bums fighting for money or alcohol or whatever else they need to make it through their day, thought it'd be a great surprise gift idea to ship some body parts home to someone in the US.
The Bumfights creators Ryan McPherson and Daniel Tanner, who, these guys are like our age, and
terrible people.
That shit was out when we were in high school, so they're fucking entrepreneurs, even though
They made millions of dollars, yeah.
Terrible, terrible people. They were arrested in Thailand for trying to mail a baby's head, a child's cut up foot, an adult human heart, and sheets of tattooed skin from Thailand to a Las Vegas address.
The body parts were stored in plastic containers filled with formaldehyde, and the packages were labeled as children's toys. They were discovered after going through an X-ray scan at a DHL shipping office in Bangkok. Damn you, DHL! You gotta use FedEx for that kind of shit.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. They just want money.
Bangkok's Siriraj Hospital is claiming that the body parts were taken from their medical museum, nicknamed the Museum of Death, where a ton of preserved human remains are on display, many of which from murder victims.
Which is weird because they're profiting off of it too. I don't know. I'm all over the place with how I feel about this story. It's bad all around.
The dean of the hospital confirmed that the body parts were stolen and that Ryan McPherson and Daniel Tanner actually visited the museum last month, but their surveillance didn't show them stealing anything.
The morally sound bum fight creators say that they definitely didn't steal anything. They bought the body parts at a Bangkok night market. Yeah, that sounds legit.
Totally fine.
Yep. After being questioned for a few hours and released, the guys took their chance and ran. Yeah, they got the fuck out of Thailand and headed to Cambodia with the hopes that they can buy and ship baby parts in peace over there.
Yeah, judging by their previous endeavors, shipping a baby's head and heart was either some prank that is really not that funny, or it's just their idea of a thoughtful Christmas gift.
Yeah. But thinking about getting sheets of skin in the mail, just gross. Can we stop talking about body parts falling off and all this shit? My moral compass is just spinning like I'm on top of a magnet right now. I don't know what to think.
Yeah, let's move on to something a little bit more enjoyable, something more peaceful.
Like animal sex?
Yeah, let's talk about animal sex.
Fuck yeah!
Al Gore can finally rest because global warming is real.
Yay!
How do we know? Because somewhere down in the Antarctic, seals are now having sex with penguins.
They did it. Yep, things are getting real hot and the climate change is sending these poor creatures into a frenzy.
Oh boy.
They're getting horny as hell.
The Polar Biology Journal has published the discovery and they even got it on film.
Yay! Great
Jerk
job.
off to that.
Yeah. This video is actually kind of sad because a huge seal basically forces itself on top of a penguin and just does this thing while the penguin is being crushed underneath.
The researchers who caught all this stuff on tape actually saw it once before in 2006. Nico de Bruin of the University of Pretoria, South Africa, said,
"Honestly, I did not expect that follow-up sightings of a similar nature to that 2006 one would ever be made again, and certainly not on multiple occasions."
They've recently caught seals forcing sex upon penguins on 3 separate occasions. They initially speculated that this behavior could be the result of a frustrated, sexually inexperienced seal, an aggressive predatory act, or a playful act that turned sexual.
Each one of these times, the seal chased, captured, and then mounted the penguin. Then the seal attempts to have sex with the penguin several times, lasting about 5 minutes each, with rest in between, of course. So.
They can just start and stop like that?
Yeah.
Damn. In 3 of the 4 cases, the seal let the penguin go after. But one of these times, the seal killed and ate the penguin after trying to have suffocating sex with it.
It's like the Black Widow of the Antarctic. It's pretty normal for fur seals to catch and eat penguins on this island, but this is the only time a pinniped or other animal group of seals and sea lions has ever been known to have sex with an animal from a different biological class. Basically like a mammal fucking a bird.
But seals and penguins aren't the only animals getting laid. Up at Fresno State University, which has a lot of great agricultural programs, one student became so stressed out about his midterm exams that he got drunk, headed down to the on-campus barn, and stuck his dick in a sheep. There's no word yet on whether the student in question was, as we assume, an exchange student from New Zealand or Wales.
That would make sense.
But he was arrested and charged with sexual assault of an animal after people on campus heard strange noises coming from the sheep barn and called the cops.
Don't worry though, the sheep is okay. She's in veterinary care and hopefully receiving the proper counseling. Regardless, she now has a Twitter account where she complains about having the wool pulled over her eyes. Zing. And advises would-be sheep rapists that ba means ba. God.
Oh, I get it. That's sad.
Yeah.
No Weekly Weird episode is complete without a Florida story, so here you go.
Yay! Back in October, Florida man Matthew Faulkner had a few beers and headed over to the local Taco Bell for some late-night crunchy tacos. No harm, no foul.
After receiving his order, he fell asleep at the drive-thru window with his foot on the gas while the car was in park. So his truck caught on fire.
Yeah, the fire was put out and somehow this guy was still passed the fuck out, so the Taco Bell manager called the police to come wake his drunk ass up.
When they woke him up, they asked for ID and Faulkner refused.
He did what any wise drunken Florida man would do, and he handed the officers a taco from his bag as his form of ID.
One of the cops clarified that they asked for an ID, not a taco, and Faulkner laughed and ate his ID, or taco.
Yeah. Well, his blood alcohol level was 3 times the limit at 0.227,
Yeesh.
and he was arrested on the spot for DUI and maybe false identification. So good job, Florida, you made it again. We did it.
I'm gonna keep a taco in my wallet at all times. Be like, oh, sorry. So, did we miss any weekly weird stories from your neighborhood?
Did we miss any appendages falling off of people? Any stories about?
I think we had
people's
just
bodies?
the right amount of body parts.
Yeah, it's a shame this show wasn't around when the Lorena Bobbitt thing happened. It's a 90s zinger.
She cut off his dick.
Oh yeah, my this little creepy mustache stays because Frankie hit his goal of $150 for cancer research and treatment. So that's good. Thanks, people that watch. That's great. So I'll keep it on till the 31st and beyond.